Welcome back, my little seaman deranged bandits, to Tremelo Nights. I'm just going to kick the bucket straight over on this one. Alright? Okay? You might be noticing that I've also bought a new bit of headwear, and it's £12 off Amazon, and it came in 3 days, and I'm going to be honest, I've not got a chance of getting my neck sunburned ever again. And people always look at me when I'm in the shop with this. I think they think I'm going to pull out a Beretta and start making serious demands. But, it just makes me feel very comfortable, It's like when you were a kid. I don't know if you guys ever had a pram, but when your mom had put the see-through rain cover over and everything was all right, you felt safe. And I feel very safe in this. But that doesn't mean that it just has its downsides. After a certain period of time of wearing this, maybe an hour, you start to feel a little bit delirious. You start forgetting where sounds are coming from. You start hearing sounds that you've never heard before, voices. But I keep powering through because, fashion has consequences. So look me up. But having said that, when I order from McDonald's, I usually go big and then I go home. Okay, and I get the drive-through, and I take the meal, and I go home, and I feast. So last time, I got a large mixed spicy meal, 20 chicken nuggets, 20 mozzarella balls, and 2 cheeseburgers. Okay, and I'm pretty concerned, if I'm going to be honest, about what they're putting in this stuff now, because after I ate it, I had an erection for at least 12 hours. I went to bed with one, and I woke up with one. All right, and it was only about halfway through the day, after I got some different other nutritious meals into me, drank a lot of water, that it was at ease. It really made me think, these hormones that they're giving to these cows and these chickens, they're getting transferred into the food. If that's what it takes to get an erection nowadays, I'm going to have to eat 20 chicken nuggets every time I have sex. Okay? It's just the sort of guy I am. And if I bring a girl home, yeah, I have 3-week-old chicken nuggets under my bed. Well, does that make you anxious? I'm sorry, does that come off as weird that I haven't cleaned the empty boxes of chicken nuggets out from under my bed? And they stink. Well, I'm sorry, love. I've got to get an erection. So let me just sit here for 5 minutes while I eat chicken nuggets. And I get stern. I'm getting stern. It's been in the news recently as well that McDonald's, certain franchises, have a working environment that is a little bit hostile and very bully-like. And, there's a bit of uproar that these kids are going there and they're getting treated like shit. But did anyone think that people that worked in McDonald's didn't get treated like shit? It's funny that you thought that they were getting abused by the customers, but in reality, it's the managers, which is you could think maybe they're trying to harden them up if they're getting called a gil or a little skinny twerp, then they won't even care when Brenda comes in and throws a full tray of half-eaten sludge. And people are wanting to burn down these McDonald's. They're getting quite upset. They're saying, shut these McDonald's. I think their thinking is we should close them because the amount of abuse that has been accumulated over the years around by the grill is going to poison the food, and it's bad spiritually. So we've got to just knock the building down and turn it into a vape shop. I don't know why they want to, but I don't know why the plan isn't, let's just kill everyone that worked there, even the people that were getting bullied, because they're obviously no good. And let's just get a fresh set of soldiers in there, and let's start cooking more sludge. Let's cook more sludge than ever before. And why don't we instead of just abusing our workers, why don't we abuse our customers? Has anyone ever thought that? I'm sure everyone would love it if when you walked into McDonald's, there was already a chance of being shot, but let's say now there's a chance of you crying, of you being hurled such vile, you know, the opposite of pleasantries, such vile verbal mashed potato that you don't even want to eat anymore. You're so sick to your stomach. The whole population will be fit and under 200 pounds because they're so sick to their stomach. I mean, come on. I mean, that is up there with that's up there with the NHS in great ideas for the population. Whew. Someone should be. I should be putting this on Facebook, I think. How funny is Facebook, by the way? The only people that I see on Facebook are the girls that got pregnant when they were like 16. They're the only ones left. Everyone else has kind of grown out. Right? Everyone does it on anonymous accounts now, and does the word play on that. Every time I see a great hat, I have to buy it. I'm going to be honest. Mostly just to look like a half frog, half laser beam on this. And I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job. I think that's kind of all that I wanted to get off my chest, to be honest. I did want to go on a rant about middle class people and yuppies, but I'm going to think about that one for a couple of more weeks. Because I mean these people, oy vey, they are some of the most. They're the worst. I think as well, because if I came out and say let's kill all the poor people, no one would like that. But I think if you come out and say let's kill all the middle class people, I think people might get on board with that. And second little thought that people don't have superpowers, because what a world that'd be where people are just invisible, people are stretchy. Can you imagine bullying now? Yeah, I was talking to my dad about this at McDonald's bullying, and he was saying where he used to work, I mean, if there was any sort of slight disability, they would take the piss out of you. Which is a funny thing to say. I mean, it made me laugh. Can you imagine if being in school, the kid that can stretch his body across the classroom? Imagine the sort of stick that he'd get if you can shoot fireballs out your hands, and your other friend can turn to granite. It'd be relentless, and there'd be so many more mass whatevers and violent things and all this. Because if you have superpowers, you might have super stretchy ability, but you're not got super mental health. All right, baby girl. So please don't. And how are you even meant to like metal detect a weapon when their whole body's a weapon as well? Like if you're going into school and you want to do some serious crazy cartoon stuff, then it's going to be pretty easy if you're super stretchy, and you can just mangle the head teacher, and then all the bullies. But you'd have to separate the schools, which I don't think anyone wants to hear. Like X-Men, you've got to have special schools for these motherfuckers, because they'll be killing the normies straight away. I mean, I just like to think about if I was in school and I could fire laser beams out of my eyes, I would have cut the whole school in half when I got there the first day. I wouldn't even need, to be pushed into doing it or to be bullied. Just out of pure spite and not wanting to be there, I would have killed, the whole thing. But I think I've said enough to get me locked up this episode, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go and chop some lemons